How does Egnyte help businesses meet compliance and data governance requirements?
That could differ depending on the compliance requirement, right? So just to name a few of the capabilities, for example, we help classify data to help you, for example, understand where your personally identifiable information is, help you maintain compliance with privacy laws, right? I think in the US, there's about 20 states that have their own privacy law. In Europe, they have GDPR, right? And it's kind of very complex for organizations that deal with personally identifiable information to meet the needs of these different privacy laws. And so we've kind of packaged these into our classification engine so you can tick a few boxes and help you identify content that's under those jurisdictions, right? So that would be one, is really helping you identify where your privacy data is, or where other patient health information is for HIPAA compliance, for example. There can be other compliance requirements that rely on like data integrity, right? You need to be able to ensure that the that goes in is the data that comes out. So we do like checksum validations, and in our audit reports, we can guarantee that the content that's making its way in. So, like for example, the SEC for publicly traded companies, they have compliance requirements where write once, read many times. And for digital records, it needs to be written to immutable storage. And Egnyte provides immutable object storage kind of natively, right? So again, ensuring that every version of these files can be retained for, let's say, 7 years for a retention schedule. I'd say the last thing that kind of comes to mind just off the top of my head would be CMMC compliance, or just generally organizations that deal with the government. This has become a lot more, I think, top of mind for a lot of organizations that work with that are in the supply chain for the Department of Defense. They need to meet certain requirements in order to store the data and then be able to go through these assessments, that they're properly securing what they call CUI, or controlled unclassified information. And Egnyte has a Egnyte Gov plan that allow you to meet the requirements to store that data as being driven by the DoD.